Hello, welcome back to Creeping It Colorful. And finally, we're getting back to backgrounds on a budget. And I have been talking about using Spirograph and still haven't gotten to that point, but today we're going to make a change and do it. So, I got a book that I got at the Dollar Tree a while back. And I'm actually going to do a background in here. They have wild backgrounds in this book. I was either going to do this page or I'm going to do this one first. I don't think there's that too many more in there. Oh, this one could have something up top too. But I'm going to add to this page. It is like a doodle page already, but I'm going to add some more. Now this I got at a yard sale, so I mean, you might have the big ones to work with, but I had these ones, and I'll put these little chunkies up here. I don't think this goes with anything. And this one I had gotten at Dollar Tree. And at first I thought, how are we going to do this if we can't, it's on the, how are we going to do that underneath here like this, like that? I don't know if that'll work. I haven't tried it yet. But I will try it. I will try it today. I'll do one design in here. So sorry for my throat. So we do have, they have like a little storage area here. And they give you a pen. And they have a storage area here, which holds all the little doodads you need. So we shall put this back on here so we don't poke holes in our paper. And that's our little drawing desk type thing. There we go. I gotta get them in those little slats there. So the first one I'm going to do on the page with this. With the whole thing. Because I did try, you can remove this and you won't break it. I did try it with just this on the page, and it was hard to hold this down and do it. This seems like it's going to stay, so we'll see. We'll see what we come up with here. I also have a pen with the click. You can click different colors. So now the thing is to figure out which one I want to try, because I have no idea what these they're showing here on here. Some examples, I guess. I do not know what is what what it will show, but which one is whatever. I haven't done this since I was a little kid. I'm going to use the big one, and I'm going to use the pen that they give. Let me see what color this is. Looks like a blue one. We'll see here. Yep, it's like an aqua blue. So I'm going to use the pen they give it with the kit. And I'm going to move it down close. Move this up. And over. Okay. Now we're going to try it. I haven't really done this since I was a kid. And I don't quite remember all the ins and outs of the Spirograph. But I'm thinking that each hole does a different design. So I think I'm going to try the inside, in one of these on the inside, and see what happens, and we'll see what kind of design it makes. Just let it go. Let the process take hold. Okay, it's still going. I used to love doing this as a kid. It was amazing. I was like, wow, I actually created that. with a little help, of course. Okay, so there's the one design you can put on your page somewhere. Now, I would think what you would like to do is test these out. What I would do, is just what I might do, is take this one and do every hole. I'm pretty sure it's different sizes. Maybe it's different altogether. And you know what I'm going to do is I am going to see what each hole does on a piece of paper. I'm getting paper. That's why I'm not right in front of you at the moment. As soon as I can find a piece of paper to use. Holy moly. Okay. Now we know that the one right here, this first hole is what created that tire effect. I'm going to bring this up and let you see it. See how that looks? Isn't that pretty? Of course, it's a big thing for a background. But I'm going to test out what these different... I want to see if it oops, this flap. I want to see if this is any different using a different hole. I'm going to use the outside hole this time and see what happens. Of course, this one is a big one. Oh, hold on. The pen has broken. Are you kidding me? Wait. Let's see if I can. Okay, I think I fixed it. Let's hope. This unscrewed itself. Wonder who came up with this. You know, and how they even got this idea. Somebody brilliant. This is a big flower type. There we go. And there's that one. Look at that. Reminds you kind of like a sunflower or so. That's pretty. That's pretty. Let's see. What one different hole does, one other different hole. I'm going to go right into the middle hole this time and start it and see what happens. Try to go a little faster. Sort of kind of like a combination of the both designs, actually. Oh, that's what's wrong. It did it again. Whoops, it did it again. Okay. It unscrewed itself again. Well, you know what? To me, this pen is a no-go. As pretty as it is, I wouldn't keep using it because it seems like when you're doing the different designs, it just, for some odd reason, decides it's going to unscrew itself. I think that's where I got the mess up there. But here's this one. Looks like a bigger tire ring or a donut. Okay, so now we know what kind of things that one does. I'll put that one to the side. And let's see what other ones we can do. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it on the paper first. That way I know what I'm going to be getting. So I'll do this little piece of paper right here. And put it in here. And we can choose. I'm going to choose this one. And I'm going to do the outside of this right here. And I don't want to use that no more. That's driving me nuts. See what this pink looks like. See if it'll work on here. Ooh. It's a wonky. Well, look, if you want to do a star on your page, you just... Let me guess, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Yep, I knew it. It made a star. So we're going to keep going with that and see. Oh, it just does that. It doesn't do anything else. Just makes the star. And that was just doing the outside one. Okay, let's see. Man, these are all huge, aren't they? Use the other side of this scrap paper. Alrighty. And we'll do a different one. We'll do the inside one now. Yep, you're in frame. Okay. This one's like grungy, like it's crooked, but that's all that one does. It just makes... Well, see, now if you wanted to frame something on a page, like if I wanted to frame that butterfly, I could have... If I wanted to frame this butterfly right here, you could put that around it. I don't know that I can do it now because I might get into that one if I do that, and then I won't be really... Yeah, it's not letting me get in there. Well, here we do. Here's what we do. I did this before and I did not break it. Now watch me do the breakage right here on camera. Why not, right? But see, it pulls up. It's very soft. I don't know, flexible, I think is the word. But now I can get on there. But I'm thinking it'll do both. It won't just do the flower. I mean the butterfly. You know what? I'm just going to go for it anyway. Now, I guess that one was the middle one. Okay. Right here. Oh, I didn't center that good enough, but it's okay. So you can go around your butterfly. I should have went up further, but you know, I was scared that it was going to draw on there. I'm going to do it this way too. I'm going to add another circle. See what happens. Same hole, but I just did it different. I'm going to do it again. And if I keep moving this, it'll go out further. And I'll just do this again. There. I made another little bit of a circle. Sort of got the wing in that. But, I mean, you could do little things like that. And let's see. And it did hold up pretty good for me on here. I don't know what my deal was the other day when I did it. Okay, now we have a blue one here. I'm going to see what this one does. Do blue again. And I'm going to do the inner one. I'm going to do this one here because he's an oddball. Let's see what kind of... Well, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty... And it keeps getting fuller and fuller. See how that one looks? That one would be a cute frame for around an object on your page. And you know what? I'm wondering why we're not getting any really little ones. So I'm going to use... You see these? I got these at either a thrift shop or a yard sale. But these even came with stencils. I'm going to take the smallest one that I have, and I'm going to put it inside this one, just to save paper. I'm going to switch it to pink, and we are going to do this one right here. Make sure you can see me. I'm going to do this inside one. This one right there. And this is a totally different Spirograph set here. So it's not like the other one. And I tried to use these in that other one, but the teeth are different here. So that's what makes it different. Boy, this one doesn't want to go around. What the heck? Oh, I see what I did. Crapola. There's like a little groove in there. I'm going to go slow with this. And I'm only going to do one layer, but there's a flower. There's like a flower there. See, and that would have been cute. Put like a flower here, a flower there. And you could probably, if you're ambitious enough, color that kind of thing. Like your own little mini mandala or mandala, whatever you want to call it. And to place it on your page. So I'm going to do another one on this page. And we're going to pick, see, that was there. I don't know if I can fit another thing in without overlapping onto another. Let me get this other page that I was thinking about. This one. See if I can put anything in the corners. Okay, we got a corner right here. I don't know that you're on frame here. In frame. Are you in now? Yes, you are. Okay, I'm going to do this little corner, but I got to be careful because I'm like right on that leaf. So I'm going to come down a little bit. Okay, I think I'm right in the middle. I'm going to take one of these big guys. I'm going to take this one. And I got to get it on that teeth, on the teeth. Staying with pink because there's pink in the page. And I'm going to do the inside one here, the very last one, and see what happens. I've seen these at thrift stores, the whole kit like you used to have as a kid. See, now that's cute. Made a cute little flower part right there. You can get, you know, like and it's pretty big, it's pretty little on this big page. Let me zoom out so you can really see the difference here. But see how little that is on that big page? I could do a few here and there. Maybe make some bigger, some smaller. I'm going to do that and then I'm going to bring it up to you because that way you already know the whole how to do it and everything. And this way I don't have to keep trying to move it around with a tripod because it's a little labor intensive there. Let's see. And I know that because of this, that your book, how your book is, may not be easy to do. But you know what? You just take it as you can. You do what you can with what you got, as I always say. You work with what you got. Now that one was this one. I'm going to take the next size down and do a pink one. And I'm also going to do the middle, the very last one here. Keep going. Whoop. Came out of the teeth. Where am I? Here we go. Okay, that's as good as it's getting because it's going to start to rip the page if I keep going through there. And that is that one. That one's a cute one. That one's a pretty one. And like if you want to just add something different to your pages, that's what Spirograph can do. You can, and I think the one thing that is really cool about using a Spirograph is you can use any pen, so it's not like you even have to color. You can add the color as you're making the design. Now you might think this is yay or nay, you know, with these, but do you see? Look at this. You could put a crown of a stencil here inside this Spirograph. Put this. I know this is grass, but you can make it like a crown on the top of that llama or alpaca or whatever it may be. Look at these. These are pretty cool. All kinds. Look, there's a crab claw. The little planets and stars. Lightning bolts. This one reminds me of a kidney bean. Or a big smile. But it's got stars and it looks like you can make a shooting star. Little shapes here and there. You can make little bubbles and stuff. That's pretty cool. Make little designs on the outside. You can put this here and just draw. I can get my pen down in there. Might have to go this way and do it. I couldn't get my pen down in there. And just make some lines over here. And do it in the other corner. Make some lines over here to match. That's if you have that option. I just got lucky and found these at a yard sale, and we're going yard sailing on Saturday, so I'm hoping I find some more unique items to do on your background. Show you how easy thrifting is, but my mindset is always when I go somewhere and see things, and my thought goes right to, I could paint on that. I could use that for coloring. I could use that because I make, I do journaling, junk journaling, and things that I could use for, I make ATC cards, which are artist trading cards. I'll show you one that isn't really good. This is one I didn't draw on, but it is an artist trading card. They're 2.5 by 3.5. And you have a little thing on here where you can put all your information on and what you use to make it. And this one says, I like the horror theme. Of course, it says, I've never looked through a keyhole without finding someone was looking back. Isn't that creepy? I made my own keyhole shape. And, you know, and put it down on top of that and with a sticker. But you know, like you can make little stencils like that. Like this would have been a cool keyhole to put in on any Alice in Wonderland theme. You could put it on a character and have them looking through a keyhole. All kinds of ideas can come about, and all it takes is a little bit of your imagination, and you can come up with some ideas that you never would have ever thought of before. But if you're in tune with it and you see it and you think, I wonder if that would work, it's always worth a try. So now I just embellished this one. All I have, these are cute pages, by the way. I think these are the cutest pages in this book. I know that part of it is already colored. That's the way it's printed. But they are just so cute, and you can make them your own. You don't necessarily, you know, these aren't artists. You know, like these have to be printed, and it doesn't really say. something about Canada on here, but it doesn't really say, like, there's no artist mentioned, so it's not like you're going to hurt anyone's feelings. It's just called the Illustrated Coloring Book. I got, like I said, I got this one at, there was two different ones I did a long time ago. I did a flip through of them. Both of them are animal ones, but like I said, with this, you could be, I'm going to shout her out, Nico Sims, and you can, I don't even know if I'm saying her name right, Neko, but how she transforms the page, you could do that with this, and it wouldn't be anything wrong with it, because you're not really altering an artist's vision. You're just doing your own vision. You could cover this all with white, and then start in with all different colors, or just color over it with dark, color over it with black, whatever, and go from there. And just keep the part that's already colored, but work around it, make a scene behind it. There are so many things you can do with your backgrounds. That's a pretty cute one. This one actually looks like, if you look at it, it looks like it's made on a paper towel. It looks kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but it looks kind of rigid, like it has those paper towel texture. But yeah, this would have been a good one for Mother's Day month. So you can let me know if you think yay or nay to these. It's up to you how you want to do your books. That's why I got this book out, because it isn't an actual artist thing, but I thought maybe I could just, instead of worrying about what to do with the background, maybe even just do chalk, light chalk, and then make these little spirograph designs in the background. Or vice versa. I don't know. I might have to see what it looks like once you have one down with the, and then put the chalk pastel over top. That might be an option. I think I might have some somewhere in here. Let me see what color I have. Hold on, I don't really want to use that color. Let's see what I have little bits of. This is like a salmon color. I could probably use that, but that might blend in too much. And I think I have a little bit of shavings of blue. This color blue. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take this. Okay, now, this page itself has pink and green on. So I'm going to go with this green that I did a lot of. I'm going to put it right on that. Just takes little sprinkles, and I'm going to rub it in and see what happens. Oop, I didn't get any that time. There we go. It's very light, depending on how much you put on here, though. You can make it very neon. I'll try this one down here. Get some of these out. Just use my finger. That doesn't look bad at all. It's pretty different. Pretty different. It's got that yellowish green hue to it. But you can do all kinds of things. I mean, it's, like I said, the possibilities are endless. And an important note is there's no judgment here. And there's no wrong way. And there's no mistakes. There's just happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. And sometimes those happy little accidents turn out to be quite awesome. Awesome accidents. So, and that's what I have for you today. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If you have any other ideas, put them in the comments. But like I said, if you have a page that you want to do this on, now these two that I did on these are good size. You're going to have to take your Spirograph and experiment with it first off of your page, so you don't do it on your page and start to swear. Just do all your Spirograph images off like I did here. And what you might want to do is, when you're done with that, I guess I did this big one here. This is this one. I would note that it was the big one and which circle. Like, if this was the big one, I would put big one, big yellow, and then I would put whichever one I used. I think I may have used the outside, so I say outside. And then like this one was big yellow. I know you probably can't read this because it's in pink. And I would put inside. And if you would do, like, I'd say number 1. I number this number 1 because there's circles here. And then you would do 2, 3, 4, and 5. So big yellow outside is number 5. Big yellow inside is number 1. That way you can keep track of your designs. You can look at them and say, okay, I can't use that. I can't use that. Maybe I don't really want to use that one. And you'll know not to pick this up if you don't want to do that. Or you'll know that this is possibly the smallest pattern that comes from this. And go from there. It'll save you a lot of heartache, save you a lot of swear words. And it shows on here too, where they actually combined the colors. Where they actually did one round with the one color and then did a round in another color. And that's pretty cool also. So I don't think they did it on this one too. But having little flowers like this will be so cool in the background. Honestly, this is, I really liked Spirograph as a kid, and I just thought we'd give it a go and see what happens. I know I've heard it mentioned here and there to try it. Now on my ATC cars I had tried it. It was pretty cool because I had done one of these in all black. I do a lot of horror themed ATCs, and it had a bigger opening circle. And what I did was, after I did my black tire looking thing, I actually drew a scary character in the middle of it, and it looked pretty cool. But I hope this inspires you to try. It was like this, actually. Squirrel. It was actually like this, but smaller. And then I drew a scary figure in the middle. It looked pretty cool. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope this helps, like I said, inspire you to try things. You could do things just to change things up, you know, like think outside the box every now and then. It'll break up the monotony and get you out of ruts and spark your creativity. And if you think you're not creative, you are. Whether you think you are or not, you are. Because there's always that little ideas that you got floating upstairs, and sometimes they can come down and be present for everyone to see, and sometimes they just shuffle around up there. But don't be scared to try. No one's going to be judging you. If you do it in your house, you do it by yourself. You don't have to videotape it. Just do it. If it's something like you go, holy crap, that is awesome, share it. Let everybody else see how your imagination ran wild and your creative juices flowed and you created something. And if not, no harm, no foul. Nobody sees it. There's no judgments. And you live and you learn. Simple as that. Please give me a thumbs up if you like what you saw today, or even if you didn't like what you saw today. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much for doing that and supporting my channel. And stay happy, stay healthy, stay creative, stay creepy, stay colorful, stay true to yourself, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye-bye for now.